So we're going to be checking out Maxor's. The Red Dead Redemption 2 situation is insane. I've heard from people in previous live streams that this is based on his modded version of this game, so the game itself is already crazy. If there's mods involved, I have no idea what's in here, because when you get mods, there's a large variety you could choose from. Yeah. I'm sure this is safe.
Drunk driving. You know it, you love it.
Should they speed it up?
Do not condone it in any way, shape, or form. No matter how funny it looks, I am neither encouraging my viewers.
Wait, are you only driving this game with sped up movement while being drunk, which I think does actually change how you handle things in game? Yeah, that seems perfectly fine.
To booze, nor to cruise. But I am going to commit several felonies that have not been invented.
Only 13.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is the greatest drunk driving simulator that I have ever
my
played,
God.
with a funny cowboy game attached to it. And I've got to say that compared to the various
Okay, so the mod is going too fast. I kind of love this. Also because I thought movement here was way too slow. Heading out, Cosmic? All right, thanks for dropping in all the same, man.
laborings and inebriation transportations, that the cowboy part is pretty alright too.
Oh, he's actually
Place
drunk
in one of the
everything.
most massive, beautiful, and fleshed out worlds in gaming with the greatest protagonist I've ever experienced.
Yeah, he actually put in there legend. Vicious TNT with 520,000 views. What?
The greatest villain I've ever seen, and the most
He was the villain? I thought he was more of just like the antagonist by his own stupidity.
hated villain I've ever seen. If
I
I've
don't
only
even know that
played
character.
one singular video game, and
Arthur.
considering the absolute size of this bitch, that is a possibility. Of course, that is Red Dead Redemption 2 before the miraculous experience that is modding the game until John is building his house during a violent insurrection.
I've only ever seen the version where they keep spawning mountain lions, because my wife is absolutely obsessed with that clip. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there are multiple videos where they keep spawning mountain lions to attack him, and because of how the physics engine works, it's not a scripted cutscene. It's scripted in-engine actions that you can normally achieve. So if things are going on in the background, they'll keep playing out, like mountain lion attacks. Yeah.
So if you are new to this channel, please allow me to describe to you the premise of this video. I do not explain games. I do not make them easier to understand.
Wait, people thought he makes things easier. Actually, no, he did kind of make Elden Ring easier to understand. If only because you start with, I have no idea what's going on, and move from there, so...
I add to the mystery of not playing the game by continuously spreading misinformation about it. And I am going to back up everything I am saying with the most legitimately unhinged video evidence that is so absolutely choreographed, so meticulously constructed, that I have planned out every single angle for every single shot in this video. And sometimes I will make the screen do this. So
It's kind of funny because that's literally all of his videos except the misinformation part, where occasionally he says the correct thing and you're not actually sure of it. Actually, I think it's even better when he's completely accurate and no one assumes it because it's him saying it.
join me
Maybe
as
that's
we
just me.
recount the themes, story, and
Wait, what did that just say? Skyrim B's Heart Space Program. Who knows? Knows. Croc, I have no idea what you're talking about. Now I'm terrified. Need to click here quickly. What did it say on there? Bitch, you are broke. Get the fuck out of my store. Lamau. Me shooting you. Ah!
story and gameplay of this fantastic software as experienced through the dying brain of a schizophrenic man, where we will learn nothing, accomplish nothing, and flat out black out by going full throttle at empty bubble.
Why?
Chapter 1.
Oh, he's actually doing it a chapter by chapter breakdown. Oh, wow. God. Also in the chat, apparently, Keiki mentioned they made a Minecraft skin out of me from boredom. I am very afraid to find out what that looks like. Damn!
Everyone hates Chapter 1, so we're gonna skip that shit.
I kind of liked it. God. No, seriously, does everyone actually hate Chapter 1? I thought it was the most gripping bit because there was actual stuff going on, stakes, and the storyline was the tightest it ever was. Granted, I like a lot of single-player linear storylines, so maybe that's probably why. Also, Hobbit, you mentioned a streamer you follow made mods, makes everyone near you drunk, falling over and vomiting, makes horses and wagons Mach 5 when you're near. He also had the ability to chat to voice NPCs. He lets chat voice NPCs. Just going by my own chat today, that is dangerous. Oh no. Oh no. Or that would actually be hilarious though. Skyrim intro cart is extremely buggy. It was sending carts into space? Oh,
Flying
wow.
down from the tutorial
What
in
the?
a completely random direction, the gang finds themselves in the beautiful, wide-open countryside of New Hanover, representing
What?
new opportunities, green pastures, and a fresh start for all the kidnapping and murder that we have intently planned on committing. I can see absolutely no consequences for this, as Dutch is a very stable man.
Hello, Dutch. Plan. What? Money. All right, Dutch, I'd follow you unquestioningly for several years.
To emphasize our newfound freedom from the parasitic authorities, haha, look at this guy, he's trying to fund Social Security. The game offers us a great deal of discretion, allowing us to terrorize the public with various methods hitherto.
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but my cat is at the bars to the door, just trying to get in. I had to put bars on because the door let the heat build up. But I'm not sure if you can hear, but they're just going crazy trying to jump their way in. I can't let them in because they eat the sparky pasta and they would kill themselves.
Unknown by quantum mechanics. And if I decide that I want to sit here for 2 hours and smoke 500 cigarettes, then it is my God-given right to do so. The founding fathers died for this shit, and now so will I. For an example of just one night I had in the town, I dragged a man through a river of human shit, antagonized random dudes on the street, entered the saloon, got absolutely plastered on gasoline, got into a bar fight, lost in a bar fight, quickly made an exit by flying through the window, and discovered the amazing risk-free joys of drunk driving. This is not an endorsement of dangerous behavior, as the beer actually improves your driving.
Ah, yes. From the Mass Effect Shepard School of Driving. I was going to say the Stool of Driving, and frankly, it's a load of shit, so it's probably about the same thing.
80% of crashes are caused by sober drivers. But what makes Blue Do Bamboozle, green-themed reconvene, Yeller Feller Endeavor...
Is he just going to do a bunch of... Because it's all the color changes he does, yeah.
Black Sack Get 'em Back and Turquoise Purloined Embroiling 2.
Why?
Enjoy a really fun series of games that I will be cutting between at random...
Is there a random... Why is there a random crocodile? Most normally colored Maxor video.
Intervals is the fact that public harassment in this world is not only entertaining and morally justifiable, but is in fact extremely profitable, as about 90% of all minor altercations will end in a gunfight, making the ensuing murder and kidnapping a reasonable act of self-defense, and giving me the obligation to ensure their property is returned to its rightful owner. Exactly as the founding fathers intended. Speaking of being highly profitable and courteous to our fellow man,
you just die of alcohol?
if you happen to be a big fan of the root of all evil, then this is essentially the perfect software. As all gameplay mechanics, story, and general premises in this game revolve solely around the acquisition of money, making this possibly the most realistic game ever set in America.
He's not wrong. This is my private domicile. You are forbidden to quarter. I'm not even sure if you can hear it, but the cat's even going crazy. They're trying to climb. Oh god, they're jumping on crates. Triss, I'm sorry, you can't come in. Maybe if Alicia let you in, but you can't come in.
You can make money by exploring the map. Actually, never mind. Don't do that.
Oh god.
It's a little snowy out here. Committing
a
highway robbery that never actually works. Committing highway murder, riding into a ranch and skinning every single animal.
Why?
Slowly. Old MacDonald fucking had a farm. Turning into a bird and asking people for seeds. Robbing a train. Evading the pursuing gang stalkers. Stealing the entire train. And reminiscing on the beauty of America's once fabulous high-speed rail network.
Oh god!
Numerous individuals actively...
How? What? What the hell? That was all the carts. The trolley problem? No, the trolley solution. What the hell, man? Okay. Free beef. Yeah. And Hobbit, I should check out the streamer's biggest video. Skyrim, but chat voices all NPCs. That is an option. Runaway Screaming is the other one. Both are working fine. Oh, God. I'm going to put a nope on that one.
As well as helping numerous individuals, actively begging the player for a taste of delicious lead. But by far the most efficient way to make money is also the avenue by which you spend.
What?
We are fucked.
The avenue by which you spend? You're lucky, broke, Dade. You're fucking broke, dude. Lamau. Can you do a video where you kill people with a rock? Orchard, 19. Dutch, 3. Bill, 4. Javier, 1. They're making a little bit of money. Orchard's doing good. Dutch is doing a little good. Arthur's Meds, $9,433. Total, we're fucked. Yeah. Oh, God.
We are fucked. And no, I am not referring to gambling again, though that is a very...
Wait, what did he talk about? I am always referring to, yeah, but YouTube reasons.
That is a very
goes all in for no reason.
Efficient and safe prospect, as I reserve...
Wait. 90% of gamblers quit before making it big. Was there anything on this you can even get?
As I reserve the right and privilege to summon 90 Cheetos whenever I lose a hand.
What?
But rather through engagement with the various schemes and heists made available by our fellow criminals. Which of course will have no long-term consequences.
Why did the freaking cart blow up? Sure, it's a mod. Why not? Everything blows up when you shoot it.
As Dutch is very eager to inform us. Because yes, though I do in fact work for an extremely high premium, our main task is not only the advancement of our wealth, but that of our entire camp of quirky characters, who after routinely performing Balkan-level massacres for, and donating millions of dollars to the max-level camp, will have Dutch turn around and tell me that we need to do just one more score, and that he needs just a little more money, as he has spent the entire camp budget on fucking candles.
Someone who is good at the...
I'm assuming that's a mod, right? Wait, Valerian, he made a video about killing people with a rock multiple times? People did that? Oh, jeez. And Jesse, you need to pickpocket dead stuff for money and ammo. Oh, that would explain why I never do that right.
Someone who is good at the economy. Please help me. My plan is falling apart. Well,
wait, is anyone surprised? That's like his entire shtick.
Dutch, have you tried not spending so much on candles? The candles are a key part of my plan, Orchard, and I find it disrespectful that you're bringing them up again.
Frankly, Black Lung, I don't think I can see enough
Black
around
Lung?
here.
Like, I would appreciate it if you fucking killed yourself.
As you can probably tell by this point, the only thing more batshit than the basic gameplay is the advanced gameplay. Moving from location...
Wait, there's... No, that's not good. This is pretty awesome looking. Actual dialogue. I don't want any trouble.
Moving from location to beautiful location and chronicling the story of the Vanderlyn gang as they literally cannot stop killing people. Or most accurately, cannot stop ordering you to kill people specifically. Like, there's this mission in game where I'm escorting women to the store and it made me reconsider my opinion on the franchise. It is truly incredible how much faster draft horses were in 1899.
Dude, this car kicks ass.
Oh my god.
For another example of a productive money...
Why is there a bear?
My favorite mission is definitely the one where you go to the saloon and get so shit-faced that you begin to be haunted by the numerous ghosts of your dead friend Lenny, whose accident was unavoidable, yet the regret still haunts our protagonist to this day. I could go on, but if I were to talk about all the missions, we would be here for an extended runtime, longer than the entirety of Breaking Bad, with 20 hours...
Wait, what was that? Dutch... waste a perfectly good pizza.
20 hours to spare.
Me when I have to shoot the Valentine doctor because I'm bored.
So forgive me if my insane rambling happens to pass over some details, like the amazing side quest where you play as the secret gang member, Bones Vanderlyn.
The skeletal brother of Dutch? I'm assuming that's a mod, right? Like, that's actually a mod. Also, according to Hobbit, Dutch got a plan. And screw off Micah. Micah is the absolute worst. Top 10 most hated villains. And Jesse, that monster. I never got far enough into the game because I sucked at it horribly. I have no idea what Micah did.
Who honestly was a pretty positive influence on the gang overall, and had a lot to say about anti-skeleton racism. And I know this is going to piss off a lot of my viewers, but these guys deserve reparations, and my channel is no place for the calciphobic. Rather, we are instead going to focus on the overall story of the gang, and how it closely parallels the failure of the nation once known as America. Should interest rates become more lopsided, they...
Talking about failure and immediately going to this game. Oh, God. And Croc, you mentioned the black lung was reference to his TB. It's like calling a cancer patient lobster, as both cancer and lobster are shellfish. That's horrible. That's probably the point.
The broad fields of New Hanover, therefore, represent to the gang and to the player a pure, wholehearted expression of radical freedom, made possible
American
by the
school.
wide open countryside.
Of course, the shootout is what they used for that meme. It's a Maxor video. I should expect that, but it's not wrong.
Slavery, and the elimination of all those who stand in our way. Just like in the real America, which historically killed up to 8 million people to grow corn, and we would do it again.
Skeleton American War, 4 billion casualties. Casualty for one is reinforcements for the other.
Do not be alarmed, though.
What?
I have absolutely no issues with the American government, because my true enemy is the American people.
What?
And there is still
Is
so
it just
much
gonna blow up?
pain yet to inflict.
Oh, it actually did. Great American Entrepreneurs, Chapter 3. Oh, wow.
Where the hell we are, but you are going to behave, Arthur. You hear me?
I don't think he's the one you did ask about that.
Thing, Dutch. Sure thing.
Oh, no. What the? Why are there bears everywhere? The mods he's playing with are insane. Whoa. Tiny horse. Big horse. What is with this? What is going on? What? I don't even... And Jesse, you can never get the low horror for Arthur Morgan gameplay? Ah, yes, the American skeleton war and slavery that preceded it. The shellfish of selfishness. Oh, God. And the chaos intensifies as the video progresses, Valerian? Yes, yes, it does. It's different than the usual Maxor video because it starts reasonably low.
Wagon I can get done.
Boom!
So after a laborious moving process involving the careful transportation of the women and children, we find ourselves exploring the wonderful, peaceful civilization of the state of Moyne. Meaning, of course, that I am blessed with the unique opportunity to discuss the topic of race relations in the post-Vellum South. A task which was apparently so hard for the devs that they simply set all plantation workers to be white people, so as to bypass the issue entirely. You will be working on your own land, you fucking Yakubian experiment. But we here on the Maxor channel are not ones to sugarcoat real history.
No.
Nor are we going to disguise the horrors sadly inflicted on the skeleton race. This being said, I can completely understand. As
what? Oh my God, it's getting
the
crazier.
historically accurate Arthur Morgan would in fact be throwing the hard R faster than he throws his bullets.
Arthur, can you explain what the hell you just did to me? Well, Dutch, I just don't understand why I can't say it. I mean, Lenny says it all the time. You can't say that word in camp, Arthur. It's just not our word, okay? You're gonna have to trust me on this one. Of course, I'm allowed to say it because I...
How much did Maxor have to just repress himself for the last 3 seconds of not putting crazy colors in? Or getting voice actors who sound suspiciously like the actual people in game. I mean, not Dutch. Dutch is a little off. But Morgan definitely sounds close to the actual character. It's kind of scary now that I think about it.
I am the special boy who can say the special racism, but like... You can say it. More importantly, Lenny's a skeleton now, so honestly, at this point, you're being bigoted in 2 ways.
The Vanderlyn gang might be murderous, genocidal, kleptomaniacal, and against every form of law and basic reasoning. But we are
Like
not
gravity.
going to do a hecking racist Reno, and you will be forced to play the side mission where Bones and Lenny form a unique relationship of racial solidarity in opposition to the ruling capitalist class. And Arthur is just kind of like, you know, I feel pretty oppressed too with all the police chasing me, and Bones just kind of responds with, I'm sorry, Arthur, but you just wouldn't understand. Now, up until this point, I have been disguising a few...
That is a mod, right? The skeleton is a mod, right? This is Maxor. He bullshits. But there's always the back part of me going, no, yeah. Wait, Jesse, there are skeleton defined, but they're not going to walk around. Oh, there are random skeletons in the game. Huh. So Maxor wasn't entirely bullshitting it. That is weird.
few important gameplay mechanics from you, which are all very important steps for Orchard to be Red Dead redeemed or something. I wouldn't know, I didn't play the game. All this footage is from my secret evil twin. Starting, of course, with your health, representing the ability to get shot, which is restored by intentionally getting hit by small bullets so that you eventually build a resistance to big ones. Your stamina, which is restored by...
Oh, I've been playing the game wrong. I didn't know you were actually supposed to get hit. I ducked into cover and shot around things, so I never took damage.
Stealing
And then I
food
died
and
immediately.
cocaine present in unattended houses. And most interestingly, the Deadeye meter, representing your ability to kill everyone.
Yep. Don't be scared, Hobbit. Oh, God.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And a skill which I have hitherto not shown in the video because it is really bad looking on camera. Unusually restored only by copious amounts of drinking and smoking. Which means that yes, drinking is not only used for the arduous task of vehicular operation, but is also a core gameplay mechanic, utterly vital to the flow of combat, and necessitating the vast majority of my dad's income when I was 7 years old. Although you can't really blame the guy.
Alcoholic's ambitious. Okay, I'll give him a pass on this one. That's a lie, an obvious one. You don't have to get shot. Oh, that's a good one because I immediately died every time I got shot.
Since there are 13 different ways to drink alcohol in
They have 13 different animations?
this game and 0 ways to drink water. Speaking of not
Sounds
drinking
about the
any
right
water
place.
and rapidly filling my stamina bar, one of the best and most effective ways for Arthur to boost his endurance is the consumption of a special item known as Gamer Subs energy drinks, which has this really
He's actually dropping in his own brand here, isn't it? Oh my God.
cool mission about it, where Arthur and Hosea offer the people of Rhodes various unique flavors of energy at only 40 cents per serving.
My God. Hobbit. I shouldn't be scared, but there is a skeleton inside me right now. My God. I must get it out. Ah! Sorry, I just thought of the old comic someone did where they actually had a skeleton stuck inside a flesh suit and it thanked people for tearing it off. It sounds disturbing when you say it that way, but it was meant as a comedy.
Okay, everyone shut the fuck up.
Alcohol for everyone.
Clamor into the video description, where they will use code Maxor with a 0 for 10% off all products. Featuring a wide assortment of delicious energy flavors, such as the Chug Juice,
What?
Guacamole, Gamer Fart 9000,
I think that's actually a real one.
Grandma's
Why?
Ashes, which are all, of course, real flavors that you can actually buy, filling the local populace with so much energy that they enter a transcendent state of productivity known as getting fucked up on the subs, and attracting the attention of the local authorities at the presence of such criminal deeds.
What the
Hundreds of people
hell?
may be dead now, but that is how I keep the price low. Speaking of offering criminal deals and maintaining a defense against inflation,
I'm actually a little surprised that he hasn't at any point just thrown the random GamerSubs code on the screen. That probably comes later. Also, even though everyone is saying we missed it, I'll just count it. If there's like 3 more going, we'll hit it.
I probably should have mentioned by this point that Red Dead Redemption takes place in a fictional universe where those who rightfully
Fictional universe? I don't know the map he showed. Turquoise, purloined, and broiling 2. San Luis River, Flatiron Lake, Great Plains, Trail Trees, Armadillo, Houston. Oh yeah, because it's not America, but it's America, but it's also not Texas because it's not. It's more like, yeah, it's super condensed.
where those who rightfully commit mass murder and arson are attacked by a special gang called the police, who actually try to stop you from doing crimes.
My
And
God.
the main plot of this game is centered around this very
Doing
concept.
crime?
You might call it battery and assault. Dutch calls it keeping the rent low in our neighborhood.
Oh my
I've been
God.
on us for a good time now, Black Lung. Maybe now's not the time for you to be hanging around.
Yeah, maybe Sean shouldn't be using that stupid Read It page so much.
Read
Oh,
it?
come on now, Arthur. Reddit is my favorite website.
Oh, hey, he's dead. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, can't say he didn't deserve it. This is, of course, in great contrast to how it is in real America, where the police exist mainly to evict single mothers. But in the hyperbolic and unrealistic world of Tan-Can Revenge 2, the police primarily try to stop you from killing people, cause you to kill more people in self-defense.
Oh, yeah, they're actually going after the correct people. Huh. Since I'm used to them being antagonistic in these games, I forgot that they're kind of the right ones still.
Shrug their shoulders 3 hours after a crime is committed, and then send about 20 bounty hunters to annoy me instead. Founded upon a system of bystanders and crime reports, meaning that if a person happens to observe your misdeeds
And
you are
survive.
subtly encouraged to terminate the remaining witnesses. Sorry that I talk about
Yeah.
everything in a really roundabout way, but
YouTube.
You kill them. You drag
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube on this one.
them off cliffs. You shoot them. You make Julius Caesar look like a fucking joke.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption. If they're survivors, you're doing it wrong.
But aside from just stabbing all your problems away, there are 2 different methods to ensure that the police at least temporarily leave us alone,
Murder?
which I am fairly interested in doing considering that I need to repeatedly go to the bullet store for no particular reason. The first, of course,
I'm sorry, what? Fuck your guns, fuck your guns. I am normal and you can't trust me around your firearms. I don't know who this is. I don't know what it is. And I don't think this is anything to do with Girls Frontline. But for some reason, I think this is reference to Girls Frontline, and now I'm terrified.
the first, of course, being to simply lawfully surrender and to successfully
You're allowed to
resist the
surrender?
temptation to reach for your gun. At which point, you will be serving a $320,000 bounty for 10,000 counts of murdering officers, 1,002 counts of murder, 437 counts of abduction, 3 counts of inducing vapors, 49 counts of horse inversion, 9
Horse inversion? I have questions, and all of them start and end with, that's a joke, right? That's not actually something you do in game, right? Except for that one bridge where there was a mod or bug, I'm not sure which one it went, where the horse would catch on fire if you rode over it. No, horse inversion might be accurate, actually. Ugh. And Hobbit, let's see, you're the bad guy in Rockstar games? Yeah. And Croc, you mentioned, how dare I ignore the puns you stole from Pirate Software? Okay, here's the thing. I know of Pirate Software because I've seen people talk about talking to them. I don't know anything about Pirate Software. I just only ever heard of them. I never actually watched their stuff.
billion counts of assault, and at least 40,000 DUIs.
Only 40,000?
40,001 DUIs. And the second is to just pay off your debt to the state in cash, which usually totals to about 1/3 of the money you stole. Yes,
Really?
I did calculate it. Yes, I
Wait, so if you steal money and you pay off with it, it's taxes. You're literally just paying taxes at that point. Dude, the base game has horse ball physics and shrinkage. I was unaware of this. I would prefer to have remained unaware of this. Martin, I'm putting you on screen so people can see that you are the one who made this comment. And now I am forever cursed with that knowledge. And I have, unfortunately, no alcohol to fix it at the moment.
did invest it on the cowboy stock market, and yes, I did lose it all on blackjack. Because
Sounds
this
about
isn't
right.
actually about paying your debt to society. It's about your cut to the IRS. Which of
Yeah.
course begs the question, if the gang is constantly being pursued by the police, and if that is a problem for us, why doesn't Dutch just go to the post office and pay his bounty?
I mean, I think we all know the reason. He never has enough money to pay anything.
Is he stupid?
Yes.
The tranquil terrain and red roads of Georgia, therefore, represent the gang's ideal
Oh my
rebellion
God.
against a world far too civilized and far too willing to catch serial arsonists. Though, just like in the real America, everything is going to go downhill from here. And everything we do from this point forward is a raw statement of abject cruelty. It is all we have done. It is all we will do. The rapture happened in the year 2015, and 3 people were sent to heaven.
Chapter 4. Everything you know and love will die soon. Oh, God. And that's where we're cutting this one, partially because this is actually exactly where my knowledge of the game stops, because I got to Moyne and I never beat it because... I don't know why. Oh, yeah, because I think this is when I started playing Genshin, and that probably cost me well more than this game ever did. So there's always that problem. Yeah, mistakes were made. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. I can't wait to finish it. But also, I'm getting into state depression. A few things might have happened after this that were bad. I don't know what would possibly give me that impression other than the entire "everything you know and love will die soon" title for the next part. Yeah, there's that part. Yeah. Also, can I just flat out say, I love Maxor's style. It's insane. But there's a lot of things he's said here that are disturbing. Not because I think he's telling the truth, but because I'm afraid he's telling the truth. I'm assuming everything he says is a lie. But assuming is not the right word. I'm afraid some of it isn't. Because when it's bullshit, it's bullshit. That's fine. When he's telling the truth, things are really fucked up then. Yeah. To quote Hobbit, just putting on stream right now so you can see it. Honestly, the amount of tiny details in this game is mind-boggling. Quality game. I'm thinking of reinstalling, but I'm stuck in Elden Ring. Yeah, that is everyone's case right now. It sounds like a great game, and I would love to play it again, but also I still have to get over the fact that unless I decide to really fuck around with it with mods to make it so that I can actually get through the game, because I suck at the surviving, playing, shooting, remembering what I'm doing. Yeah, you know, the game. I can't beat it or play it or survive getting to the places where I would later be killed. Yeah. Apparently, to play video games, you need to skill to play video games. Who'd have thought? It does look cool, though. So if you guys haven't, links below, video, hit them up. I'll see you in the next one.